And we are live. Wednesday night with those guys and Wednesday night with those guys are sponsored by those guys.
Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. And this is the live stream where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. And if the weather is nice where you are, please let me know in the chat how the weather is where you are and if you have been able to get out and fly your drones today. Lawrence, how are you doing on this wonderful Wednesday early evening here in sunny old New York? Because we've had rain for the last couple of days, and today is a nice day to get out and fly. If you've been able to get out and fly, let me know.
Yeah, if you're not in a FIFA zone. I'm good. I'm good, man. Life is good. The sun is shining, like you said, finally, after a couple of days. My weekend was like in gloom. I went to a barbecue, and just before it started raining, everyone said, you know what? It might not stop. And they started firing up their fireworks. And you know what happened? All we saw was lightning and a few drops.
Well, I'm no big fan of the illegal fireworks. I say they're illegal because here in New York, you're not allowed to have the Chinese fireworks.
Yeah, the mortars and all of that.
Certain states you are allowed to have them, but here in New York you're not allowed to have them, and I'm kind of okay with that because they are somewhat dangerous. I mean, I used them when I was a kid, and I kind of I mean, let me put it this way. I've always been that guy from I was a kid that was good at learning from other people's mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying to you? And when you see
Exactly.
and when you see and you hear all of the incidents that take place with these fireworks, I kind of strayed away from it and never looked back on them. I got up the other morning on the 5th, and when I went outside, we have garbage bins outside, you know, the plastic bins with the lids that close.
Yeah.
Apparently, the fireworks burned it to a nothing but a big lump of plastic.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, you know, I don't know. This is some of the things that happen here in New York, so I don't know. But yeah, I kind of like I don't mess with those fireworks. But no,
I don't either. I don't either. Like,
love them.
I like to watch them. I agree with you. We did the normal stuff that kids did. We took a 55-gallon drum and threw an M80 under it and watched it launch 2 or 3 stories into the air in the middle of an empty park. And then, you know, after doing that twice, 2 or 3 times, that was it. But I always sat back and watched because every year that we messed with fireworks, you heard the year before someone lost a finger or something. So I respect fireworks, bro. You know, I'm like you in that.
If you remember, Jason Pierre-Paul from the Giants lost some fingers with that too, playing around with the fireworks.
Uh-huh. Yeah, football player, yes. I remember that.
But yeah, so we got a few things to talk about tonight on the stream. One of the things that I want to talk about to begin with, to start off with, is that it's coming up in September. From September 1st through the 3rd, it's the commercial UAV Expo. So if you plan to be in Las Vegas or in the area, don't miss this, especially if you fly commercially. Get to know some of the things that's happening out there, what's going to be in what drones are going to be around for the future here in the United States. And
Right.
Also coming up in September, which happens to be from September 11th through the 13th, is the Northeast Drone Meetup. That's the September 11th through the 13th in Providence, Rhode Island. So don't miss it. They got a meet and greet on Friday at 5 p.m. to 8 at Snookers. And the actual meetup is the next morning at 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. So because they're gonna branch off from there and go to a bunch of different sites. Rhode Island happens to be a very scenic place where you can get to shoot a lot of nice things, from lighthouses to and I can't say enough about those cliffs over there by that fort.
Yeah.
That was
Yes.
a cool sight.
Fort Weatheroo.
Some of the homes and stuff around there are also good to capture. Don't get too evasive and flying
Some
up
of those
people's
homes
window.
look like the Bruce Wayne mansion over there.
Not that big, but
Yeah, yeah, they're big enough. You can get lost in it. I could call you at the top of my lungs at one end and you couldn't hear me. That's big enough.
sure you could. Then you also have coming up in September. September is loaded with meetups, or should I say these big meetups. Well, there's the Canada Drone Meetup on Sunday, September 20th. So if you can make that one, it's in Ontario, Canada.
Yep.
So I would try to make my way there if you guys are interested and have never been to Canada and you can make this one. Head on up to Canada. It's going to be a good time, fun and food up there in Canada. And I guess those guys are going to show everyone a good time.
Yeah. Not a guess. Definitely. Definitely. Gary says he'll be lurking tonight. He has a lurk.
Oh, okay. I expect to see him pop in soon.
He did already. He did earlier.
Okay. So
Actually.
then we also have coming up, not in September, but in November, the third annual Vegas Drone Meetup. So once again, if you can make it to Vegas or you're planning to be in the area, make your way on over to that. It is from November 6th through the 8th. They got some nice places in Vegas to hang out. Other than if you're into gambling, there's the Strip. But if you're a foodie, Vegas might be the place for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of stuff to do off the Strip in Vegas. Trust me when I tell you this.
Especially if you fly drones.
Well, no, not only if you fly drones. There's a lot of scenic places out there as well, but there are many activities to do. Like I told you, I always hit up the gun range. You get to play.
Right.
You get to play with some toys that we don't get to play with here in New York, unless you have one.
Right. What's up, Explicit? How are you, sir?
And I don't know too many people who have submachine guns. Do I?
Yeah, I don't either. Well, wait a minute.
Yeah,
No,
that's
not
what
a
I
sub.
said.
No, they have a. We know someone who showed us a pistol that was converted to a rifle.
No, I'm talking
Remember
about
that?
here in New York, submachine
Oh,
gun.
here in New York, hell no. No.
Oh, well, I think I do, but we're not going to talk about it.
I know nothing of it.
No, you don't. Okay. I'm just saying.
Philip Foshat, how are you, sir?
So, which one of those meetups kind of interests you, Lawrence?
If I could go to them, I would definitely. Well, the Northeast one, I would like to go to, but the Las Vegas one is. I've never been to Vegas, so that would be an all-out treat.
I'm going to actually put the Vegas trip on the calendar, not for this year, but for one of these years. I'm definitely got to make that. I'm still trying to make it to Canada because we have a game, I believe, the day before, and that's a 10-hour drive.
Yeah, after we did a 5 hour, you did a 5 hour drive
No,
going up to Rhode Island that day, the day after the game.
No, I did a 5-hour drive.
Yeah, you.
This
You
is
did.
10 hours to Canada and 10 hours back. If I go, I might just fly. I don't know. Because I can't do 20 hours of driving.
Yeah, I get it.
Not in a weekend. I'm
Well,
not.
you know my situation, so I have to get past a certain time frame.
Well, you might have to get your passport in order.
Well, I got to handle some other stuff first. That's a kind of like a priority.
And
I have to
then,
take care of.
then
Definitely.
the Northeast drone meetup, I probably will be making it to that. I would like to make it for the meet and greet because the food over
Yeah,
at
but we had a game the day of the
Snuckers,
meet and greet, which was a
yeah,
Friday.
no, the I'm trying to see what's going on this year for the preseason games because that's what interfered with it. I don't know. I'm trying to see what I can do about that. But we happen to have a roll call.
Okay, all right, that's cool. That's cool. Let's get in the roll call.
How many people do we have watching? We got 13 watching, right? Maybe 6 people probably typed in the chat, if that.
It shows 12 in there, and here in the studio it shows 12. All right, anyway, we'll do roll call real quick. Shout out to Explicit up in the Connecticut area. How are you, sir? Hope all is well. Good to see you. Stay cool out there. Shout out to Ron, RJ Aerials.
Explicit, bro.
Out there grinding. Gotta make the time for that sleep, bro. Phil Koshak, how are you?
Phil.
Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys, Phil. Hope all is well. Representing Long Island, Strong Island, John Olson.
John Olson.
Not related to the Olsen twins, but John Olson, the Viking. Shout out. Gator Drone, how are you, sir? Was here bright and
Gator.
early. I hope all is well on your side of the world. Who else we have here? SJM. How are you? Shout out to
What's going on, man?
friend across the pond. Northside Hawk was here earlier. Dominic.
Dominic.
Hope all is well with you. Shout out to Lance Padina.
What's going on, Lance?
What's going on? And representing the Bronx, last but not least, Eldon. Probably commuting home and listening to the live stream. A few of you guys. I know Ron works in the evening and listens to us. General Lee, shout out. Give him shout out. We got 2 more. General Lee, how are you, sir? Happy birthday. It's General Lee's birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Shout out to General Lee. Blind Neil, what's good? How are you? I hope all is well with you, sir. And of course, Frank Rizzo.
And Frank
1233.
Boom.
Boom. Gets his own personal shout out right there. And I think that's it, bro. I think that's it. Yes.
Not bad.
Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys.
See, we had 13 watching, now it dropped back to 12.
Well, you know.
Somebody came in for the shout out and bounced.
Phil Koshak headed to Ireland in October, and I got my IAA operator's license.
Okay.
Nice, so you can fly over there.
All right.
Plus, my Insta360 Luna came in. Oh, so you will be definitely
You're gonna have fun
using
with
up a
that
bunch of SD
Luna.
cards.
You're gonna have fun with that Luna because that Leica lens system that they have on it is
Anything with Leica in it.
is pretty good.
Yeah, anything with a Leica
And
lens.
it has some nice filters in that camera for skin tones and stuff like that. So you're gonna really have some fun with that.
I've been seeing a couple of good things about it. I haven't seen any of the work as of yet, but people have been commenting. Drone Oki, how are you, sir? Hope all is well.
Drone, okay, what's going on? No, but you're really gonna have fun with that Luna. I believe so. That's me, my opinion.
Was the IAA test hard? Because I knew someone who went to Ireland and had to take it. He had told me that it really wasn't all that hard. Is it hard to take, Philip, by chance?
Do you have to know how to fly a plane?
Yeah. You have to know what ailerons are and yeah, things like that.
Oh man, that's funny. That's like the reoccurring tests that they have for people who have pilot's license.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, I passed both of them in the same day.
I remember. I remember that. That was funny. Herman went in to
So I took,
take his part 107 and took the pilot's test and his 107. Damn.
like they gave me the
And
wrong
passed them
test.
both. It was the wrong test, but he passed them both. So he wants to go in JFK to the pilot's lounge and say, I'm a pilot too.
Go hang out over in JFK in the
Gonna hang
lounge.
out and see what the pilots drink in the pilot's lounge, right?
All of the hard stuff. Then they get up there and fly them planes.
Oh well, they started cracking down on him because some of them guys were fucking staggering to the cockpit, and they're like, "Yo, come on, dude, there's 300 people behind you. Come on, serious?"
That
They
many?
started cracking down on him. What do we got to talk
That's
about?
actually not that much compared to some of the like the bigger planes that take off to go overseas.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what do we have? What do we have? We have the DJI Mimo gets a major update for new Osmo Pocket cameras. Believe it or not. Now, this comes after they have introduced this camera to the Asian market, which happens to include Japan and Indonesia and Vietnam as well in the categories of Asian countries. But no, seriously, this camera gets an update version of not the camera, but the app that it runs on the Mimo app. Mimo app is getting beefed up, man.
Yeah, I see
They
that.
run everything on the Mimo app that doesn't run on the Pilot app, on the Fly app.
Mm-hmm.
But that's version, what is that, 2.10.9, and it supports the Osmo Pocket 4 Pro, as well as some other creative tools for, I believe, editing. So there's a few things that are happening here, Lawrence. And one of the things I thought that, see, I'm having trouble with this switch again.
Oh no.
No, but no, they have this new trio of tools that happen to work with this app, and also they have the D-Log 2 is also featured in this, as well as the level 3 split that happens to be able where you can reorganize and move stuff around and zoom in and stuff like that. So there's a few things happening with this, and I think that where the Pocket 4 Pro may be lacking in its functionality, maybe they've added
Yeah.
stuff with the app where you can just edit stuff right there on the app and get a better user experience out of this camera. Maybe even a better user experience than the Luna. You know, that's
Right.
why when a few of the reviewers who viewed both of them said that, well, I know for a fact that a couple of the reviews that I watched, they were saying that the Luna is a very, very nice camera, but if you were looking for professional use,
Mm-hmm.
then the Osmo Pocket 4 may have been a little better, but I don't really see it as a professional use camera. I
Right.
see it more
A
so
vacation
for
camera.
well, any camera is a vacation camera. The best camera is the camera you got with you. But
True.
and that's for most people is their cell phone.
Yeah.
What I do see with the Pocket 4 Pro is the fact that you have in the smaller lens is slightly the telephoto is a slightly bigger sensor than the Luna's smaller
Yeah.
sensor. So
But the
certain
Luna has that like a lens though.
yeah, but there's certain things that the DJI Pocket 4 Pro stands out above it in certain areas, where is that in other areas the Luna kind of stands out. One of the features that the Luna has that I like is the zoom capability.
Right.
I'm not to compare the two right now, but we're supposed to be talking about this for a pro. But like I said, some of the features that they've added with the app actually makes it stand out. A little bit. I don't know. That's me. That's how I see it. I just find that the DJI will probably be a lot easier to use, maybe. And they're both really like for vlogging. I used the first edition of the Pocket extensively for over a year with doing videos and stuff like that. It worked great in all of those trips going to Philly and hanging out with Billy Kyle and coming back and forth and stuff like that. So we did a lot with the original Pocket. This the screen was too small, and I think
Yeah, that's
they
true.
addressed that in what the third edition of this of the Pocket.
And they seem to, like you said, they've gone a long way. They've gone a long way. Roanoke was saying he was getting an echo. They've gone a real long way, Herman, with the Mimo app.
Yes, they have because more and more stuff is on the Mimo app.
What about now, Roanoke? Continue talking, Herman.
It's because of the feedback from when I go into would come out of your speakers. It's going back into your microphone. That's the echo that they're hearing.
That's crazy because this mic is like 2 feet over my left shoulder and down about a foot.
It's
And not
over
even
your
facing
left
me.
shoulder, and it's facing away from you.
My left shoulder's here and it's facing away from me. I only have it on mono because you know it has stereo for both sides.
No, I got
have
that.
it on
But
mono
I'm
on
saying
one side.
the microphone is facing your back, or
No, the mic, it's facing, yeah, it's looking that way, as if it was looking at the lamp in the picture. And it's 2 feet away from me this way and down a foot. And still, I have to literally turn the speaker down so that you guys don't hear the echo. I don't hear it now, see? But by doing that, I can barely hear you.
That's strange.
Can't get a break. I mean, I have my gaming headphones here. I could get away with it that way.
I don't know.
But it's too hot to be having headphones on. Especially if you're not making any music.
Well, yeah, like I was saying, you probably get good usage out of some
Later
of these,
explicit,
huh?
I was saying later.
Oh, the D-Log. What is that? The new D-Log 2. So you can get good color out of that
Mm-hmm.
that Osmo Pocket 2. But if you decided to go with the Luna, you didn't make a bad choice. You just made the choice of what was available, because I think that that with the Pockets, you're not able to get them here in the States. So
True.
I guess that you would have to be able to order it from someplace, and if they're willing to ship it to you to get it. But yeah, like I said, the Luna is not a bad choice, and not at all, especially with the
I
way-
wouldn't turn down either one of them.
Well,
They each have their best
tell you,
feet. They each have their own different features, like you
but I'll
said.
tell you the two things about the Luna that I like: the Leica lens and those filters that it has in it, and the fact that you can remove the remote from the face and it has the screen on it, so you can view what the camera is seeing from away from the camera, and it has a it's 3. It has a very good zoom on that camera.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it has a very good zoom on that camera. I don't know.
Okay.
He said that did he say he got it, or he said that it's on its way to him?
Okay, that's what's who? Shaq? Shaq?
Yeah, Phil.
No, he says it's coming.
Oh, okay.
I believe he said it's coming.
Oh, okay. You'll enjoy it. But I gotta find a way to get that pocket. I want the pocket.
Oh, you want it?
Bro.
Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. We have a few Canadian friends we might have to speak to. You know, you go up there for the meetup and come back with one.
Oh, here we go.
See?
You
See?
get tackled at customs.
For what? You have a camera in your bag with the rest of your camera equipment.
They'll know that it's DJI products.
Yeah, if you have the box with you, have Gary flatten a box and put it in one of those flat envelopes and mail it to you.
You know what's funny about that? I still think that any of the DJI products could be mailed. Just put them in a brown box and mail it. Does it have batteries in it? No.
This is true. Why am I getting a fall at this time?
I wonder why they ask those questions, just in case they get hot from where you put them next to the heat. Or so you don't throw the box against the wall.
Drone Oki says Evelyn Chan on Facebook, she has them and she's shipping to the US. See? Thanks, Drone Oki.
Gary also has them right up here in Canada, and he can ship them to the US too.
Yeah, no matter what, you're going to have it shipped in.
Yeah. Unless I go get it.
Yeah, like I said, you go in the meetup, and they'd be like, did you purchase anything while you're up there?
No.
Yeah, I got a camera. That's it.
No. Because then now they ask you to declare it, and once you say it's the DJI camera, thank you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If you put it in your camera bag, I don't think it'll be a problem. What is this? It's a camera. It's in my camera bag, you know? And they're not going to go through all of that. Like you said, if you just say, no, I don't have anything to declare. What is this? My camera bag. Okay. That's it.
Or you know what you do?
What?
When they ask you if you have anything to declare, you make sure you keep one of those partially eaten summer sausage, right? And be like, I just have the summer sausage.
You want a bite? Yeah, you're right. 2 minutes till sponsor.
Ah, man. Yeah, that would be funny.
It would. It would.
You hit them with that. Let's go to the sponsor, Lawrence, and we can go and talk about something else. What do you think?
Sure. Go for it.
For the live stream that talks about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. Tune in every Wednesday night to Wednesday Night with those guys.
So you even echoed that.
Because it got loud. Because the speaker is like barely I can hear you. But those are always louder though.
But you know what? Last week, we talked about something that I kind of thought it was amazing that had happened when the FBI had said that in the first 10 days of the FIFA World Cup games and the other venues and stuff going on, that they happened to seize 300 drones in the first 10 days. And I thought that was a lot of drones. A whole lot of drones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, the FIFA World Cup 2026 is a no drone zone. But 1,100 drones challenge FIFA World Cup security. And the FBI is saying that they have seized more than 500 drones at this time. And it's crazy because as part of the ongoing investigation into unauthorized flights near venues, authorities saying that that they've detected 1,139 drone operating near World Cup stadiums and other tournament
And
related
events.
events, right, throughout the United States. Now, the FBI is saying that the drones that they have seized, all right, you're listening to this because
Yeah.
even though you may not have received a, police knocking at your door yet, or your drone didn't come back, or you thought it was a flyaway,
Right.
they're going to investigate these drones, right? They're going to examine them for flight logs, ownership records, and other digital data to determine whether or not the operators just violated the rules.
Yes.
Now,
And even down to line of sight.
right.
A lot of people
so-
got caught because their drone was not within line of sight.
Uh-huh. And check this one out, Lawrence. NYPD says that they've seized, right, or mitigated more than 97 drones since June 13th. So
Yeah.
now let's look at this. And I told you guys for months that they were going to have this at the World Cup. So apparently there are a lot of guys who need to watch this stream that don't. because
Yeah, I agree.
because everybody wants to have fun and nobody wants to know how to do it within the confines of the rules. And whenever you approach some people with rules, they have issues with it because they can't be told anything. Like, I don't know where you get off with not being able to be told no.
Yeah.
Like, some people just can't take it, like they're big babies. But anyway, I'm not believing that this is just American citizens. I think that maybe a lot of these people, or a few of these people, may have brought drones from other countries thinking that they would be able to fly them.
I believe that as well.
And they're getting caught with this because I believe that there was enough notice. Well, let me not say that, because I believe it was a lot of notification.
Miscommunication?
No, I believe there was a lot of notification amongst the drone community, and if you're not in tune to what's going on this live stream and some of the others
Right.
that may report on stuff like this, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of the other streams. A lot of times, I used to watch a lot of the streams until everybody just was about having fun and didn't care about the rules and stuff like that. When you look at it, I think that we in the drone community were informed, but if you're not in tune to, like I said, any of the live streams, then you might not have gotten that information. Like if you just want to be, if you're just that guy that just wants to fly,
Right.
You
You, went
might
out and
not have-
you went out and you brought the drone.
you might not have gotten
and-
that information.
Yeah, yeah. You went out, you brought the drone, and you want to fly. You didn't go to YouTube. You learned how to register. Hopefully, you registered it at least,
Well, that's the
because-
thing. Like I said, they're gonna.
because you can activate it and not register it, and that's what I think wherein lies there are a lot of issues.
Well, that's the thing. They're saying that many of these drones that were confiscated or whatever, they're not saying whether or not they had to bring them down or they were able to get the pilots to bring them down. But they do state, and I believe that a lot of them are drones that they brought down, because you're saying now that you have to examine them to find out ownership. So you don't know who the pilot was at the time. So from what I'm understanding, that these drones were so that we do know that remote ID or whatever and whatever systems that are being used
It's
does
a big
work.
fail.
No, it does work. Remote ID is not designed to stop you from taking off. It's designed
True.
for them to find out who you are. So when they
True.
put all of that together, and because right now, with them saying that they're detecting drones daily with this, they don't have time to stop and go after the guys that they confiscated these drones already. They will probably happen in the following weeks to come, no matter where you are.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how the remote ID would work if you brought your drone from, say, like another country and came over here with it to fly. Now you're in violating of the fact that you don't have a Part 107. You are operating outside of a FRIA. There's a whole list of stuff they can hit you with. Flying out of line of sight. I would hate
A
for that.
lot of the pilots, from what I understand, that they caught that were flying out of line of sight and or didn't even check to see if there was a TFR up.
Yeah,
Like
that's
you
what I said.
Tourists come here and fly. We know that, but we remember that story.
It's always
where
been the
tourist
case.
Hit a skyscraper at
That's-
55 stories up. It went through the window, and then he went in the next workday to claim it and pay for the window, and they arrested him on the spot.
Yeah, the police
And that
were
was years
waiting
ago.
for him.
They were waiting for him. Yeah, it was
Then-
years ago.
Then there was the other guy that brought the 3 Phantoms from the Manhattan store,
Yep.
and he got caught because he whizzed past the police helicopter, and they just followed the drone.
Yeah. Back to where it took off from, of course.
There's some real noble skulls out there. Like I said, I don't believe it's any of the guys that watch any of the live streams, because you would have been well informed about it. Now, I'm not saying it can't be.
Hey, Eddie, how are you, Eddie?
I'm just
What's
saying
up?
I don't believe that it was. Hey, what's going on, Eddie? I just don't believe that it was any of the guys who watch any of the live streams. I believe it might have just been a lot of people who were visiting. The man
Yeah.
got caught out there because I'm looking at what they're saying, and if it was an American pilot who had remote ID or his drone was registered, you would have known exactly who it was. You wouldn't have had to examine and find flight records and to find ownership of these drones.
Right. Right.
That's
right.
why I
But the
don't.
police are saying that out of 100%, well, out of 1,000 drones, they're only able to stop and mitigate 500 of that, half of that, right?
A little less than half.
Right, a little less than half. That literally means there are so many people flying drones that don't know how or just want to fly. I get it.
Or the zone may be a little bit too big.
Yeah.
Because well, whether the zone is a little too big or not, I still think it's just somebody who just wants to fly, because they didn't know about the TFR, or they did and they just didn't care.
Angie asked a question. First, on what drone do you see that message? Because I do know in certain types of certain drones, when she asks, am I supposed to do something when I see remote ID error? LOL, haven't really looked into that. And as I was saying, there are some drones that start up, and immediately when they start up, it says remote ID error. The Air 2S is one of them, but it goes away instantly. Now, if that error message comes up and stays up for a while, I would be concerned. DJI 3, the Air 3. I'm guessing the Air 3 or the Air 3S or something. What is it, the 3S or the Mavic 3 you're talking about? Because I have seen it once or twice on my Mavic 3. Oh, Mavic Pro 3. I've seen it once or twice on my Mavic 3 Classic. but it's always, it'll say, it said remote ID error. It flashed it, and as fast as I could read it, it was gone.
I don't see that anymore on the drones.
So,
Take it.
is your drone up to date? If not, that might be. And when's the last time you updated? But I wouldn't worry about it unless it stayed on screen, honestly.
Because the remote ID is in the registration.
Right, right. That's basically your registration. And like I said, my Air 2S does it every time it starts up for maybe a second and a half. I kind of ignore it. I didn't think since it was really implemented, I updated a month ago. Okay. The next time you start up your drone, it should only stay on your screen for maybe like a second and a half.
Well,
See,
let me
Drone Oki says he gets it on his machine
well let me ask you this:
yeah.
when you guys are starting up your drone,
John Olson says it shows up and then it goes away. Yeah,
When-
see, confirmed.
when you guys are starting up your drones, are you online at all?
True. Are you online? And did you start the remote first? Some people cut the drone on first. No, 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 no. You should cut on the remote first. And you should be online.
And then you can turn that off.
Right, right, right. If you choose to. Once the location is
Because-
cached in the memory, you're good.
Because what
Once
I
you have home
don't,
point.
what I also don't like doing is downloading maps the night before. I rather do it at the date and then cut everything off. You know, the internet connection off.
Yeah, to maintain and save your data. Make sure your data is not being sent
To the
China.
mothership.
Yeah, to the mothership. I'll try that next time. Pay attention. But a few people, like John Olson said, the Mavic 3 Pro, it happens to him, and then it goes away. I have it on my Air 2S. It happens rarely, not all the time, randomly,
Well, the
and then it
Air 2S
disappears.
The Air 2S was a backdoor way of doing the remote ID, whereas that they went,
Yeah. It just used it right. It didn't really transmit. They used the serial number on it, where the Mavic 3 actually transmits remote ID.
Well, I think they both do. It's just that they had to make it happen through another way in the Air.
Right. There was a bunch of software updates and stuff.
I gotta shave.
Did that yesterday. Some good
I
for
don't
like another
like
day and a
all of
half.
this thickness on the. I like
Oh.
it low.
Now, guys, please, if they're playing soccer in your state or near you,
No soccer
just-
today in this area.
yeah, I know for once. Just check Sky Vector. It'll tell you where.
You know what? I'm curious to know now.
What's that?
Now that the United States is out of the tournament, is it going to lose viewership here in the States?
I don't think so. I don't think so because you have too many foreigners that have come to the United States to watch it, as well as people from
No, I'm
those
talking about
countries.
the Americans.
No, because they were talking about it this morning about how well, who's the team next? The jumping on the next team's bandwagon or something. You know what? There's a game tonight.
I
The
really
Royals and the
believe that
Mets.
France is going to win the whole thing, I believe. It may.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the only thing major in this area, I'm looking at Sky Vector now, is there's a Mets game today. Begins at 23:10 Zulu time. And
Okay.
just-
Yeah, you would, and it kind of is. Yes, I was just telling Lawrence that before.
What's
It's
that?
similar, like soccer is. It's kind of similar to hockey and basketball. But yeah, it is hockey on grass without sticks.
That's a good way to put it. I usually fly up the desk.
and they're not allowed to fight in soccer.
True.
Whereas
That's
that,
true.
whereas that, I think the only reason why that happens in hockey is because you don't have anyone to stop it.
Well, in hockey, I thought it was amazing that you're allowed to fight until you hit the ice. I did not know that.
Well, like I said, I think it happens because you don't have anyone that can stop it.
Well, yeah, because those refs aren't going to get up in between
Right.
the big dudes. No way in hell. I mean, they get thrown around as it is. Damn, that would fail soccer. That would make soccer interesting.
No.
They'd be fighting all the time.
No.
They would do like in hockey. As soon as the bell
No.
rings, everyone throws their gloves down and go at it.
No, because soccer. You know how long a match would be if they actually had fighting in soccer? Come on. These guys do things to hurt each other on the field anyway.
Yeah.
Like, the mere fact that you go for the ball through another player's shin tells me that you need to get punched in the nose regardless.
And the fact you throw all 200 and something pounds of your body up against somebody into a board,
And that's hockey.
well, it's still football, hockey, it's all abusive. Because you kick me in my shin, I'm going to kick you back. I'm just saying.
They got a lot of lower extremity injuries in soccer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game. I don't know. I want to say I believe that France will win the whole thing.
All right, that's interesting.
So yeah,
I don't know
guys,
who I don't know who I like
stay
yet.
stay away from those venues. And if there's anything in your area, just don't even try it. I mean, it's some guys saying it was too difficult to figure out where the TFRs were and what was going on. But if it's in your area, just don't. Just don't. Just don't do it.
Hey, Louisiana, how are you? What's up next?
Come on. And Angie, how are you doing anyway?
He says they had the most scores in the first 10 seconds, but then the other team had a good goalie. Okay.
Who?
Good. Nacho, how are you, sir?
Who?
Sir? Angie was saying, I don't know who.
Well, you know what I did learn about the United States team from watching them? They were very aggressive against some of the weaker teams. And now when they faced, what was that, Belgium that bumped them, you saw that the fact that they did not have great ball control.
Okay.
Yeah. They didn't have great ball control. That's something that they got to work on.
All right.
Very
That's what's up.
aggressive. Very aggressive on trying to score early in the match, but they didn't have good ball control against this team. Why are my glasses like this? I don't know. I constantly have to clean these.
Well, welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. We see a few people have came in. A shout out to Louisiana Helicam, Dirty Nachos, FPV,
Uh-oh.
Highlight America, how are you?
I wonder
Leonard,
what that's all
JSK,
about.
long time no see, but I see you on Instagram with the garden thing going.
JSK, what's
And-
going on?
And TY Strong, how are you? Strong 2009. Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys.
I still say that
Please
sounds
remember to
like a
click the
DJ
like
name.
button. Sound like a DJ?
Yeah, JSK.
TY Strong? Okay.
Yeah,
All
JSK.
right.
But you know what? I want to move into, Lawrence. I want to switch gears a little bit
Yeah.
because and I actually spoke with this woman a couple of times, and let me tell you a little bit about it here. Drone Academy founder has launched the HBCU Aviation initiative.
Okay.
Yes, this was done by Stephanie Reeves, who happens to be the founder of TCB Drone Academy in Dallas. Maybe you've heard of this, Angie. Well, she's announced a national program on July 4th for what is it here? Called the National HBCU Aviation and Drone Leadership Initiative. This is to steer students who happen to be at the historically colleges and universities towards a career in drones and aviation. Now, Miss Reeves herself is a graduate of the was it Tennessee State University, and this initiative, Lawrence, believe it or not, is something that I think is a great thing because now it opens up the school to other grants and stuff that was already set in place by the federal government. Because I remember,
Right.
I don't know if you remember back when Miss Chow was was it transportation secretary, I believe what she was. Yeah, under Trump's first administration,
Yeah.
he had put some stuff in place for the colleges and other schools that had drone programs. This is now working towards certification. This program will help take them towards certifications and also towards the workforce and using drones out there in the field.
Okay.
So this is a great initiative. It's found now at two campuses, which is Alcorn State University in Mississippi and Arkansas Baptist College in Little Rock. Now you see there's some pictures here. This is a Alcorn State drone prep course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're pushing it, and this is like I said, it's a very good program that they're starting here, and I guess it's going to spread to other colleges. I would love to have her here on the stream so we can talk more extensively about it. But I really do like the idea of it because I think that more students need to get involved in the aviation world. Whereas that this was found at like other schools, but not at some of the historically black colleges and universities.
Okay.
So now that it is going to be in some of those schools, and now some of those students can take advantage of it.
All right.
What do
All
you
right.
think?
That's what's up.
Because I know she had to meet with other officials and leaders of the schools to get this program off and running. So I believe that it's a great opportunity for some of these students to be able to get into the.
I can agree with you 100% on that because I notice the HBC colleges are great in what they do. Hey, Jim Throning, welcome, dude. It's just I haven't seen, and they have a lot of technical colleges, but I haven't seen any of them. This is the first time hearing them being geared towards the drone industry,
Right.
or they're incorporating it in. So this may be the start of something. You got to start somewhere, right?
So students will be getting Part 107s,
Yeah.
and learning stuff like mapping and maybe even some like the article is talking about like stuff in saying say some of these students may even go into say law enforcement,
Right.
so they can be involved in as first responders and stuff like that. Also learning about agriculture because that is found in some of these schools, and then you can have majors and minors and now start to learn how to use drones as on your crops and stuff like that.
Okay.
Hey,
Well,
listen.
yeah, just like Aviation High School here in New York are teaching, you can take a course on eVTOL engines and the technology. That's what's up. We got 5 minutes till FPV corner.
Really?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. No, but no, seriously, but with these students being able to learn how to do a lot of things with drones. Like we all know, like mapping is one of the things that always comes to say, to play. There's also, search and rescue, like for first responders. There's also the inspections and stuff like that. These are all
Right.
things that these students are going to learn in these courses and learn a little bit more about actually how drones actually work. Truthfully speaking, I know a lot of people who fly drones only because I'm into flying drones. No one that I know other than the people that I've met with flying drones flies drones or flew a drone. You understand? So there's a lot of people
Yes.
who don't know anything about them other than the fact that they look nice and they fly. Then they take
Or
pictures.
you're told if you see them, call the police.
That's besides the point.
And now they have, the FBI has a number. The FBI, I'm trying to remember it. I saw it on a commercial. They actually literally said, if you see a drone, call something, something, something FBI.
Okay.
And I was like,
1-800
wow, that's
FPV.
crazy. That's crazy. 4 minutes still sponsor. 3
1-800
minutes actually. Huh?
1-800 snitch.
No, but it was something. It was 4 numbers FBI or FBI and the 4 numbers. And I was like, wow, they're ballsy. I mean, it's part of the job, what can you do about it, right?
It's all right.
What can you do?
And we, it's funny because it was said years ago, a lot of stuff is starting to steer towards commercial, and I hope that it doesn't kill the hobby. The way everything is only now about commercial.
True. It's funny. First of all, it's I don't know. I don't know.
Well, let's look at New York City.
Jim Droning says this is an only nerds channel. It's true, Drone Okie. It is part of it is the government paranoia. What?
Yeah, and that usually comes when it's a government takeover. Like drones can't. The only drones that
TJ says his bros think he's a nerd.
it can't be the only drones that are being flown properly are the ones that people who hold a Part 107 or government officials are flown.
Right.
Can't
Right.
be.
This is true.
It can't be. We've had years, and they know this for themselves because they said that over all these years, over 90-something% of the drones monitored with DJI drones. So you saw drones
For nefarious,
safely.
nefarious actions and things going on.
No,
Yes.
almost everything. So you saw drones being flown safely without
Right.
any harm for years.
Mm-hmm.
No one being killed flying them.
No one losing their head.
We've had a few fools, and you get a few fools in everything.
Yeah.
Like recently, I believe with the wildfires that are going on now, another drone hit one of the aircraft.
Yes. On the West Coast, a drone hit a helicopter.
Yeah.
And now they're saying, please don't fly your drones there. But every place has that one person that says, I can get up and get a shot real quick and get down. Last year, during the California fires, someone hit a water plane that was being lent to us from Canada. You remember it?
Yeah,
we
did
just did a report saying that there's over 1,000 drones being confiscated in New York State alone.
No,
3,000
in the
across the
United
country. Oh, in the United States, yes.
In the United States, they detected that at the FIFA World Cup venues.
It's sponsor time. I'm sorry. I'm rambling on.
Okay. So
and we can get in the FPV corner.
let's do that. Drone a Dare. If you're Part 107 and you're looking to scale your operations and you just want to get out and do all the work and leave all the office work to someone else, then Drone a Dare may be for you. This is a place with tools to make you a more knowledgeable pilot, record keeping, meet new clients, show off your work. If this is something that you are looking for, then Drone a Dare is for you. Check out the link in the description. Drone a Dare. It's for you. And we're back. Yeah, that Drone a Dare. Nice system. Nice setup. Does all the work for you, books all your appointments,
Yeah.
even
yeah,
collects the money.
Right.
How
Helps you
how
put
does
your
it,
bills together
how does
and
it
present
get the
your
money?
work.
How does it get the money out of the people though? I need to get a goon to go and collect on my invoice.
Yeah, right? Yeah, well, that's because we're here in New York and goons only understand goons.
I need to get a goon to go and collect on my invoices, like some big 6'6" dude that'll just grab a dude by the collar,
Right? And shake him
shake
upside down.
and shake the
till his
invoice
wallet falls
money.
out.
Yeah, shake the invoice money out.
All right, let's get started.
Who do we have for FPV corner, Lawrence?
Tonight we have Affinity, aka Phin, from, oh my goodness, where is from, I'm sorry, I had all of this stuff queued up. We have Phin, Affinity, from VanWhoops, from VanWhoop events. I'm sorry, I tried my best to study. Okay, now that I got it out, it was in my head. First, welcome, Phin. How are you?
You should have just asked me. I'd have told you, Lawrence.
Yeah, true. That is true. How's it going, man? Welcome Wednesday night, those guys at FPV Corner.
Yeah, glad to be here. It's doing well. Just been working from home today, so I could have my stuff available for us for this meeting here, and it's been nice. I don't normally work from home. It was a good excuse.
Okay.
Oh wow! See, now see, you got a nice boss. Let you work from home. That's what's up. Let everyone know where you're from. A little bit about you, a little brief bio before we get into things.
Of course, yeah. So most people call me Phin. That's been my nickname for years. I used to be a dolphin trainer many years ago, and so that kind of became a nickname. And Affinity was my online name, so it's kind of stuck with me through FPV. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. Been up here for almost my entire life. Lived in Hawaii for a while too. Been running VanWhoop for, my goodness, it's been almost 8 years now. And it's been a long time. We're actually a Tier 1 chapter with Multi-GP. Started doing that as a result of just being into FPV, loving to fly. Found some local guys that just really liked doing the same kind of things, and found that racing was a great excuse to get together and just kind of, talk nerds and fly and whatever. So that was kind of how it started for me. And VanWhoop was a direct extension from that. But I've done lots of things. I've been involved with fan conventions for almost 20 years now, both from chair and otherwise. So I've been involved in that. I've tried to bring drones into that as much as I can, teach people how to fly. Did a lot of freestyle in my early years, and these days it's been a lot more just whatever people feel like doing. I'm usually there because for me it's a social thing. That's why I love FPV so much.
Well, you seem to stay real busy, and I guess if you're going to be in drones and doing what you do, hosting events, you have to have hands on everything.
Oh yeah.
What's the deal with VanWhoops? Because Marcel was telling me, no, he's not a long range cruiser.
Yeah, well, I mean, and not to say that I don't love long range stuff and respect greatly the guys that do that. It's just never been something I've sought for, mostly because I don't like losing my stuff. Yeah. So I followed Marcel, and I know Conrad quite well. Falcon Rad FPV. Those guys are amazing. There's also so many others. But anyway, yeah, no, VanWhoop kind of spawned out of. I was into whoops really early, like the tiny little quads. I mean, when you're flying something this small, it's pretty hard to go wrong because nobody thinks anything of it. They think it's just a fun little toy. And I realized that very early on. It's like, well, hold on, I can fly this around people and nobody cares. Oh, that's kind of fun. So my buddy and I used to go to my old workplace and just fly around in restaurants and everything else, just like, keeping to ourselves, but like getting people to smile. And generally we had a great experience with it. So much so we're like, well, why is there nobody doing like whoop events or whoop races or stuff? And that's where VanWhoop came from. That was my buddy, Matty. He goes by his pilot handle. And so him and I got together. We had a friend who had a warehouse. So we ran a couple races there just as a test and built a timing system for it, and kind of just slowly over the years built it up from there. But it was always about fun. And I was into the 5-inch drones for racing, and those are great. Don't get me wrong, I love it still. But like, there was something about whoops where you can fly this around and bounce off the walls and set up some crazy thing with people all around, and it just felt like a different vibe. And so that's kind of where VanWhoop came from, and we took the name, of course, from the vulnerable tiny whoop name, and just put Vancouver in front of it. So VanWhoop is where it came from. You can see our logo.
All right.
Logo right here. So
Okay,
yeah.
That's what's up. I wanted because I have a race. I have one of the races set up. I'll tell you the exact names. I'll let you know the exact scenario and everything that's there. But you have a YouTube channel, Affinity.
I do. Yeah.
And you had a video on there, FPV drones by Affinity. The dude going downhill.
Yes.
On
so
the skateboard.
So I used to work for Land Yachts Longboards, who also make skateboards and various other equipment. They're a great local company here in Vancouver. I've known them for years. All the way through COVID, I was working with them, and when I did, they were doing a couple really unique videos. In this particular one was a hidden road at the top of like a forest access road that was partway paved, and they discovered it on Google Maps while they were just sitting there wondering if places to rip. And I said, hey, dude, I could totally fly a drone behind you on that, because we can't get a car up there. He's like, oh, yeah, let's do that. So normally they would have like a motorcycle or something tailing him, but because it was such a loose road and everything else, the drone was the optimal thing. So I built a couple drones, and just something that would make it work for that particular setup. And this is one of the ones I use. This is I believe it's a Gep RC, and I'm afraid I don't remember the details.
It's frame design when it was hot, when it was hot out. Everyone were building those VanWhoops, they called them.
100% VanWhoops
back then.
Yeah, so and I'd stick the GoPro on the front here, so that was kind of how it went. And I realized it was a great platform, but there was one problem with it because of the guards, which I needed to have guards because I'm flying really close to the guy, riding, which was Dexter Manning, by the way, fantastic, great guy, amazingly talented. Anyway, regardless, going down next to him, I needed to have guards, but it was just too slow. We started going down one of the local ski hills, which is Cypress, and I couldn't keep up with him. I was at full throttle, and he was pulling away from me. And so my battery just dumped.
I want you to narrate this. The point where we're starting the video is where he's ready. He's saying, I'm ready. He's about to say, I'm ready to drop in. So I'm on the other side.
100%. I'm on the other side of the radio, by the way, so he's talking to me.
Okay, cool. So let me set this up, and you can narrate this, because this was something that I almost got a chance to do. Here we go. It's starting now, of course, with no sound, but he's just about to say he's ready to drop in.
Okay, just let me know.
Okay, you can narrate over this.
Okay, 100%. So this is Dexter. He's running his custom board here with those wheels that have seen a lot of slides. So he was letting me know so that I knew when to take off, because I was needing to arm before he came forward. And then when I saw him come into frame, which you'll see in a moment here, I'm gonna take off and then whip around and follow him around the corner. So here he comes. I take off. Whip down there. It's a little bit too fast for the video, I guess, but either way, it is full frame rate. They cut to some other shots because they had set up cameramen all the way on all of the major corners.
Right.
And so I followed him down here. Now I'm starting from the top, like I'm basically right behind the frame there where the drone was. That's where I was flying from. So I only have a limited amount of video range. This range right here where he's going, he actually bailed here on one of the takes. And we had to come back another day. But this is the longest slide he's probably ever done right here. There's a shot at the beginning of this video where I fly into the bush to the left right here. I fly because I had lost my video entirely. So I just kept flying just in case I had a good shot and went straight into the bush because I had no other choice. Then you can see the drone right there behind him. So here he's coming around another corner. Now this corner right here, he's actually going through gravel. This is full on gravel and somehow still going through it.
In the video, yeah. I'm going to put the video in link so they can listen to the soundtrack of it. But this was the most dangerous part. And what's with the little narrow bridge at the end?
So the narrow bridge was just the ending spot. That's just the access bridge that they put there. This is the second drone. So this is, I'll show that when we're finished the video, but this one I had to make just to keep up with him here because I was finding he was going too fast. You can see that's a different drone there.
Yes.
So I actually built a second drone just for this as well. And that's using a different camera as well. It's using a Insta360 Go 2. And he went all the way through
the run right here. Now,
exactly.
How many times we come back to the studio here? How many times did he bail?
He wiped out on that long stretch.
How many times did it take you guys to get a clean run? That's what I need.
So we did kind of cheat through that. Most of it, he did do full runs multiple times, but this, so just to get the shots, we would do one shot, he would stop, we would do the next shot, stop, do the next shot. So, I mean, you call it cheating if you will. I mean, this was an incredibly difficult road to shoot. We wanted to do it in one take. We tried doing it.
Considering your environment with the trees and anyone who flies drones, they say, well, how come DJI builds their drones to go 12 miles? And we constantly have to explain to them, you don't expect to go 12 miles. That's penetration in and around objects. How was the video reception on the
video
second
was
drone?
Terrible on both, and I was running 1 watt. So you can see on here, I modified this one to have a 1 watt transmitter. Yep, that's a 1 watt transmitter on here. I was using 915.
Is that Crossfire?
This is Crossfire on both of these. Yes, I needed it. I needed Crossfire just to get down that hill because it was cutting out on everything else. That was back in the days of Free Sky, which, you know, rest in peace, Free Sky. Well, not really. We're glad to be done with you.
A lot of people, they did a lot of good service for people's planes and stuff. And I started out.
Absolutely.
I had a Free Sky radio. When I
still got one, man.
Radio was Free Sky.
Still got my old X-Lite right here, and I'm still rocking it when I need it.
All right, that's what's up now. You've been doing this VanWhoops thing for how long now?
It's been, my goodness, it's 7 years plus. I think it's coming up on 8 now. We missed a season in there about 1.5 years because of COVID, obviously, or 2 years during the lockdown. Our final event that we ran before that lockdown was actually in the world's largest independent toy store, or at least North America's. It's called Toy Traders. We have been trying to get back there, but anyway, we've been doing it for years. We mostly run in these days at a pub in Maple Ridge, which is a local city out here. So it's a nice tight environment, and we've expanded the hoops, the gates, if you will, to be 28 inches now, so it's a little bit faster, whereas before it was 16. That was actually quite a big change when we made that a couple years ago, and it's been a lot of fun. We try to record all of our events. You can see on if you go to @VanWhoop.
I have an event loaded right now. It's
perfect.
The Witchy Whoops, June 2026, and the part where I'm starting is the first 3 guys just did a test run, or the first 6 guys just did a couple of test run, and off-axis is in this race. You're in this race, Feathers and Doodlefish. Now, on the screen, I'm trying to set up the screen here so you'll know exactly where it is. This is where the screens are blank, and I think you're asking them to test their cameras first, so I'm going to start it here playing.
Sure. Yep.
Go ahead with the narration.
Yeah, so the way that it works here is that we're using a system called FPV Trackside, which is free, by the way. It's a open source software. Amazing that those guys contributed to our event, to our community this way. We're inputting through an HD0 VRX, which is a 4-way system, and then we use a 5th HD0 screen to also pipe in. You'll notice that there's no video yet. That's because we were testing in this particular one. In fact, Lawrence, if you just go forward to like another time, it'll probably be better than this one. There's we kind of just record, and
Here we go.
yeah, maybe just before this one. Go just before this one. You'll see some good footage there. Yeah. So
Okay.
the way it works is once everyone plugs in, you'll see their video pop up, and this is all being input into our system. You can see there's off axis right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Marcel rocking the Tiny Whoop shirt. I couldn't find mine for today, so I had to rock the Propsicle shirt. But anyway, we're essentially just, while it is a race, we don't take it as seriously as a lot of other groups. We try to have fun with it. We encourage newcomers to come out. We don't want people to feel like they're, slow. We just tell them, hey man, we're going to put you with some similar people to your skill level. And this particular group was actually some of the top end pilots.
Right.
And so you can see here that this is going to be quite a fast one
Now, question,
relative
what
to.
place? Where is this place?
So this is
I
in
mean,
Maple Ridge.
This is obviously someone's
yeah.
place of business.
It is. This is a pub. It's called Witchcraft Beer Bistro or Beer Market and Bistro. Pardon me. So Witchcraft Beer Market and Bistro. Great guys. They've been amazing to us. One of our fellow pilots, in fact, Crow, the guy on the bottom left of the screen right now, he's actually an employee to this place, and he's the one that offered this up to our group. And we've been coming here on the third Wednesday of every month for about a year and a half, almost 2 years now.
Now, I have to point out something. When you say race, people naturally think you start off at the same time. But because you're documenting everyone's time, how does that work? I mean,
that's correct.
I saw one guy take off, and then 2 more guys took off. Everyone, it's a qualifying thing, right?
That's correct. So what they're doing here, because this is what this system calls a time trial or qualifier for most people, during the time trial system, it's essentially starting your time when you cross the line, which is that white gate that you'll see that Crow crossed a second ago. When they cross that line, it starts their time, and what they're trying to do is get the fastest 2 consecutive laps. So you'll see at the bottom of the screen of each of these pilots, they have lap times, and some of those are quite good. Yeah. So you'll see at the below their name, it says PB. That's personal best, and that would be the personal best 2 laps that they've ever gotten. If they improve on that, you'll see it go yellow. If they don't improve on it, it'll stay that white color, and if they're the top qualifier, it will go green. So it gives you an idea of where you are with things. The whole shot is not relevant really when you're talking about this. The whole shot is more for racing, but they give you that number anyway. That's how long it took you to cross the line since the starting tone, but we don't really care about that in qualifying.
Right, right. Everyone's trying to accomplish their own little, their own time.
Correct. Yes.
If that makes any sense. Now, I had not noticed the lap records on the right side, but this is interesting. I can imagine going into a pub and seeing a bunch of whoops flying around as I'm sitting there having a drink.
100%.
That would be kind of interesting. How many times a week do you guys do this?
We don't do it that regularly yet, only because the venue, we don't want to exhaust our venue's, interest in having us there. So
Booty Grease is first. That means he has the best time so far.
That's right.
Looking
and in
down
fact,
here in the lower right-hand corner.
Yes,
His
and I'm sorry, I
best lap
said
was 30.88.
correct, and I had said that it goes green. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. It goes purple. You can see he just set the TQ on that particular session. So he set the top qualifier is 30.88, I believe it is.
Yes, 30.88. Correct.
Now, interestingly, you'll notice that DCH, he has a lap time there of 40.68. That was not correctly counted. And when we actually reviewed the footage from, actually, I don't think it was this heat, it was a couple of heats later, it turns out he actually beat the TQ. So we actually could go back and actually review the footage and fix it. So
now you said this is the system that you use is free. So anyone could get a setup like this and hold their own races and it's...
You absolutely can. In fact, the two major ones, if I can call them major, this one being FPV trackside, is is very commonly used for when you're doing video overlays like this, and that's kind of where it got its popularity. There's another product out there that a lot of people prefer. It's called Lifetime. That one is free for everything up to 10 pilots, but then after that you do have to pay a monthly fee for it. We were previously using Lifetime, and we switched to trackside mostly because we just found it to be a more favorable system for the video, and we also there was some politics involved, but regardless.
Do you have to worry about, quick question, do you have to worry about the latency issue with the system and between the system and the pilots, or how does that work out?
Yeah, that's a good question. So all the pilots are flying from their own goggles. We're not tapping into that at all. So the video you're seeing is 100% our system that we're just capturing a version of it. So,
and everyone, of course, is on their own channel, and
correct.
And you have to be on your own frequency to keep from splashing over into the next guy.
That's right.
All right, that's interesting. I gotta be really quick because you kill a lot of time, bro. I gotta have you on a lot more. You make my job easy here. Now, this is the video. This is the video that you sent, flying dance cam.
Okay, right. Let me highlight this one. So I'm involved with fandom conventions. This particular one was a group of, and I'll just flat up name the fandom. It's actually in the furry fandom. So before anyone judges too harshly, just bear in mind that these guys throw dances like you've never seen. They are incredible. And I say them, even though I've been helping run conventions like this for years. So you'll see right there that to the left of that, that's my friend DJ Rekka that's playing. He was totally cool with us flying the drone around him. And this is me flying a 65mm Tiny Whoop using an HD0 system. And I'd been waiting literally my entire FPV career till we could get to a point where I could do stuff like this. I mean, at the beginning of this particular video, which is on my YouTube channel, you'll see I intentionally put in a clip there where it was actually this clip, but it was before, where I actually crash into some people. You can see where I'm flying from here.
Yeah.
That's me and my buddy. I don't even know who's with me there. But anyways, regardless, yeah. So you can see here, this was in Edmonton. We're flying here. This dance circle just formed, so I'm like, well, I better get out there and film this.
The group is called what again?
It's a fandom of people that really like costumes and creating their own characters. So it's the moniker they go by is furry. It's got a lot of bad press over the years, but
like you said,
you got it.
The coolest one there is Koopa, the dragon, though. Yeah.
It's a very diverse fandom, we'll say that. So you'll see every kind of thing represented in here: Pokemon and Digimon and Egyptian.
I saw it all, even the glowing rabbit. I purposely started it at this part because if people want to see the video, you have to literally go to this link I'm clicking here, because you'll see some of the costumes and you're like,
and you know, to me,
doesn't have that head.
That's crazy.
And what's funny to me is that, like, that wasn't even a big highlight for most people, because I did this as a way to sort of share with people a really unique view from the dance. Yeah, well, not just that, but like that was live streamed. So that was part of the Twitch stream. That was part of the live video stream. You'll see on the screen, it's actually showing my footage from the drone live. So that's actually being shown to the people that are dancing. So they get to interact with the drone camera as well, and they thought it was so cool. And the fact that sorry?
No, go ahead. Finish.
Yeah, I was just saying, so the fact that it's something like this, when I bumped into people inevitably, it didn't happen much because the HD0 system has such a low latency to it. But like, regardless, if I did bump into somebody, I mean, it doesn't weigh anything. I mean, like, you could, it doesn't, people barely even notice. In fact, there's a shot where I run into somebody's butt, and I didn't even know, because I didn't know he was there. I bumped off of him, and he turns around and he looks around, I was like, what was that? Like, he's just like, had no idea it even happened, right?
I just put the video into the chat so the guys, they can look at it later. Please add Affinity at this at his channel. It's in the description. His channels are all in the description. Is there anyone you want? What happened?
Just pointing out, my name is spelled with a PH, so it's the name Affinity with a PH. So that's the only change. Yeah.
Okay.
The word, sorry.
Is there anyone you want to shout out before you get out of here? Because I know
100%.
you took time out from work to slide us into the slot. So
I'm working. Yeah.
It's okay. Right, Finn, who do you want to shout out? Marcel said that you had to come on here, so you got to shout him out.
Absolutely. I was going to say off axis, 100% love you, dude. You're the most giving guy I've ever seen in our community, and I hope you keep going. You're incredible. Everybody do that. I'll shout out my cohort in VanWhoop from all those years ago, Michael Maddie. Really love him. Also, the other guy locally who does races, including whip races, is Zenith FPV. He's incredible. He's part of Team Canada, and that's part of Quads R Us as well. So if you're in the local West Coast and you want to get a good 5-inch race or 3-inch race or even micros, check out Quads R Us. They're great. They're the other side of the racing world around here, and just and those the other guys, the FPV drone park in the Fraser Valley. Those guys are incredible. Love to see what they're doing with that park. Completely volunteer. Love it.
Okay, that's what's up. I want to say we kind of pay it forward. I have guys come on and pay it forward. Now the next question is, I'm going to need somebody for next week. Who do you know that would be willing to come on the live stream and not be all gun shy? You did a very good interview. You do this very very smoothly. You're used to being in front of camera, which is good because that means you're very comfortable at what you do.
I try to be, and thank you. I appreciate the feedback. I'm going to say, I don't know if he's going to do an interview, but like absolutely one of the most talented pilots we have around here.
Pass my link on.
Okay.
Let them know what's going on here. It's all about promoting pilots. We had a group of people for multi-GP here in the States, a bunch of female racers that we featured a few weeks back that travel around doing the GP circuit here in the States. So as much as I can get from out of the country, in the country, it matters not to me. It's all about featuring someone, and they don't have to be a flippy floppy flyer or a cruiser like me. If they enjoy what they do, they can even be noobs.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, well, I've got a guy, and I will definitely pass on the link. So
all right, that's cool, man. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
My pleasure, guys.
You're introducing us to a part of whooping, and people hear about it. They do gorilla whooping here in New York. I'll send you a couple of gorilla whooping links, and you'll be like, "Wow, that's gorilla
I've seen it." Virgin FPV and can't remember who else.
Yes.
Vegan. Pardon me. Sorry, Vegan.
I actually met him a couple of times personally, and I recognized him because he had his goggles on. He never
there you
takes
go.
them off. I think he sleeps with them on, bro.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They're welded. They only go this far from here to there. That's it. They don't move. Thanks
well, there
again,
you go.
man, for coming on FPV Corner. We appreciate you.
My pleasure, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
All right. Enjoy the rest of the evening. And
appreciate it.
Don't
You too,
work
guys.
too hard.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Oh, see, that was nice and fun.
So he does the whole play-by-play on
everything. I'm putting the link in so you can listen to the audio, of course, with copyright infringements and all of that crap. I put the link in the chat. Hey, Bob Casey, how are you? And we can take it from there. There are 3 dots in your frame that may allow you to leave or hang out at your discretion. Phin, I think you have to exit out. It won't let us. It won't let us do it. All right, thanks. Aloha, Sky Control Productions. Yes, I have his link right here. That's the racing part of it, and then
there's also a link to him in the description.
Yes, all the links are in the description, and here's his personal page also. So please go by, show some love, leave some comments, check out some videos. He does this for because he loves doing it. Obvious. You could pick that up, Herman, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was so comfortable with it, like, you know, he
Yeah,
knows
it's
what
like
but he's been
talking
doing it
shop.
for a long time.
True, true, true. Like the same thing when it comes to doing this live stream. It almost becomes second nature. You don't have to think about it
You know what?
to
I don't
to
even. In the beginning, I used to worry about the fact that the camera was there. I don't even notice it. Like I don't even know I'm on camera anymore.
yeah,
If
yeah.
that means anything, if it makes any
That's
sense
pretty
to
much
you,
the way it is.
you know, the camera is just there. I don't. It's not like I'm worried about what I'm saying or what I'm talking about, or the camera's there. It's just there. I don't sweat it anymore.
Right. Like I used to catch myself looking up at the camera randomly. Now, like you said, it's there. You go in and do what you got to do, and so on. I apologize when I'm doing FPV Corner to some of the guys in the chat. I used to try and have the interview and try to keep up with the chat, and then it wasn't working out too well. This way, by focusing on the interview, huh? When is Herman going to go FPV? Someone get this man a simulator.
I'm good.
You like it's ball talk, and I'm comfortable with that. Yeah, Jim Troney says that he's comfortable with ball talk. Right.
Well, you know what? I'll be honest with you.
We got those sponsors.
We might end up getting another 360 because I'm
Really?
interested in messing around with it
Did
because
you hear that?
I
There's your answers,
no,
guy
because
control.
the original what do you call it that we played around with over in when we went to what was that, the South Florida Drone Meetup. That was
Yes,
cool.
I
I
remember.
just not crazy about that little motion controller. I would get the whole setup with the
With the
FPV
sticks.
controller because then it's just like it's just flying. You know what I mean? As
Yes.
opposed to following the little thing in the goggles. You know what I mean? After that, you know, with the controller, it's just flying. And I've flown the Phantoms and everything with goggles before. I mean, it's a little different, but you're still immersed in
Right,
the
I remember
goggles.
dude let you and you didn't have a hard time. You adjusted pretty good once you realized how to move forward and
Well,
turn.
once you know how the controller works, that's
Yes.
why I said to you when flying the drone and flying, like I said, I've flown the Phantoms and stuff with goggles, that I had a pair of goggles. And with the Phantom controller, you can use goggles with that. So with that being said, it's still you're still immersed in the goggles. There's no outside. You can hear and feel the people, yes, but it's just flying after that. That motion controller is a total different thing. That's not just flying. I think you have less control over the drone with that controller. If that makes sense to you, Lawrence,
Yes. Yes, definitely.
because
Definitely.
you've done both.
Yes. Exactly.
But you know what I wanted to mention real quick,
What's
because we
that?
spoke about it originally here on the channel when it first was announced in the articles and on Drone DJ. But now DJI and Instant 360 have taken this patent war to move from the U.S. to China. So now I guess what they've filed their nonsense and going back and forth at each other. This is
Mm-hmm.
actually going to go nowhere, and
I
and
know.
and I think maybe they can get a better shake in the Chinese courts. Aren't they both of them from China, and that's where they actually had to get everything rolling from over there, right? So it's best that they do take it over there and let it deal with the Chinese courts. Also, what I wanted to mention real quick was keeping in line with FPV.
Yeah.
We have the Clover FPV system. It's an interchangeable
Mm-hmm.
VTX. that you can move from one drone to the next drone to the next drone. And even if you have RC cars or planes, you can move the camera over there too. What I like about this is the fact that it's one system and you don't ever have to change it. So if you're interested, use those guys for 15% off on checkout. So if you're interested in purchasing, use those guys 15% off. Yeah, those guys. Them guys.
Yeah, yeah, those guys.
Like he said. Now, you're familiar with the DJI Mic Mini, right?
Yes.
Certain and there was things that I had to learn about the DJI Mic Mini that I wasn't really crazy about, because in certain software, certain editing packages that like Filmora, you don't get to manipulate much of the audio. So what you get out of the mic is what you get out of the mic. And the Mic Mini didn't have the best recording. If it made sense to you, stand the way it was. I always felt that the second edition of the DJI mics was the better. So the Mics Mini, then they came out with the Mics Mini 2. Now
Yeah.
I'm seeing the Mics Mini 2S is coming. And there is some standout differences with the Mic Mini 2 to the Mic Mini 2S. And they're coming out, I guess, so close to one another that I don't know if the Mic Mini 2 was, I don't know if it was, I don't want to say a failure, but I want to say that there were things that they should have done with it that they didn't do. One of the things that I have seen with this is that the Mic Mini 2S is a slight bit heavier, whereas that the
Yeah.
Mic Mini 2 was 11.3 grams. Well, this one is 11.9 grams. The new what is it? The magnetic clip is a little different on this new one,
Okay.
as well as now this. What I've noticed, and I like this so much because this is similar to like the third edition to the mics, whereas that the receiver, you now can record on multiple channels. You have up to 4 mics you can connect to this Mics Mini. So the Mini 2S, you can connect up to 4 mics. It also has up to 14.5 gigabytes of built-in internal storage. So you can record directly to the mics now, and this was something that is a good idea because, like I said, with the recording, and sometimes you can lose your recording on the actual footage. Now you can have the built-in recording, and it'll transfer from the once you put it into the case, you can connect it to your computer. It'll transfer the audio and everything straight over, so you don't lose anything now with this, which is a great idea of being able to record straight into the mic itself. Because the reason why I like the older mics better was because it had the lavalier microphone connection, whereas that the Mics Mini is an actual wireless lavalier mic,
Right.
which is something that I guess not too many people actually looked at it that way. One of the other features that it has is the DJI emblem is raised on this one, as you can see now with the as far as the faces on it. You can see that here in this. I don't know if you notice it.
Yeah.
Some of the interchangeable faces that it comes on, it has the cutout for the raised DJI emblem, and it also has the Mics Mini 2S printed on the face of and it also has an what is it, an orange on the record button. The other feature that I noticed that it has is vibrating feedback when you start recording.
Yeah.
So it vibrates to let you know that it started recording.
Interesting.
So yeah, so I guess they've improved. They're improving on the Mike's Mini, in the 2S. Just that it's a little too late for the U.S. the U.S. market on that. And Lawrence,
Yes.
if you are interested in protecting your drones or any other valuables that you may have, then check out Nanook. For 10% off on checkout, use Phantom Flight 10 for 10% off on all your purchases. If you're looking for a case that for any DJI drone or Autel drone, even your cameras, gimbals, whatever you may have that you want to protect, even your firearms, they make a
Yep.
case for it. They even do custom cases.
Firearms, fishing poles,
Check out.
pool sticks.
There's a link in the description.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nanook, that's the way to go.
They aren't banned, are they?
Who?
Bob Casey said they aren't banned, are they? The mics.
What do you mean, aren't banned?
Are they banned?
Well, you're not going to get any more DJI equipment that transmits or
Anything,
receives
yeah.
any signal because they have to have FCC approval.
So you have to have it mailed in. Or have friends in Canada like we do and go walk up to the border
Oh boy, here we
and be
go.
like, toss it now, toss it now. The guard's looking the other way.
And then see you get tackled by customs agents.
Right? No, if you'd have to have it mailed in, like people are getting other things mailed in through third parties and stuff like that. The X6 should be dropping soon. Not sure. We didn't no, we didn't cover anything. Yeah, the mic is banned. Anything that transmits a frequency
Or
from one
receives the
thing,
signal.
from one device to another, or that we're not getting none of that stuff. Unfortunately.
I think if DJI put out a T-shirt, we won't even be able to get that.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly.
So
It's sad,
that means that the DJI store in Manhattan is running on borrowed time. Then
Yeah, of course. Of course.
once all of that stock and restock for those drones are into life, that's it. So like
Yeah,
I hear a lot of guys say that, oh, we're good for a few years. Then what do? You just quit the hobby after 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah, right. Yeah, the last
You
drone
wanna
you
be
get
able
from
to
DJI
continue-
was the Avata 360.
You want to be
I
able
already
to
knew that.
continue flying, right? In the next 4 years from now, right?
Provided you take care of your shit.
Right.
And buy extra props now,
Extra batteries and stuff
extra
like that.
batteries, and don't use them, but keep them in storage mode,
Well, you're
and
gonna
you'll
have
be
to-
okay.
You're gonna have to drain them, power them up and drain them. You're gonna have to, or else they'll go bad.
Yeah, battery maintenance, simple battery maintenance. But I mean, for the most part, you won't be using them.
Well, there's still a use. There's still a charge.
Yeah, that's true. U.S. Drone Supply out of San Diego got all DJI products. See, that's what's up, because we have on DJI here in New York and on cameras in Manhattan, and they actually do repairs. If you contact them, you don't live on the West Coast,
And you'll still
or,
get 1 year of care refresh.
yes, and you get 1 year of care refresh if you purchase it from the Manhattan store. So that's what's up. I know U.S. Drone Supply still has stuff because I see their advertisements
That's
on
the
social
people
media.
who start up your drone for you and then put it in a brown box and stuff like that.
Hey, Jim's droning. So when you guys need something from Canada, I put it in a cake for you. We'll talk later.
He watches too many of those old prison movies.
What happened?
He watches the old prison movies.
Oh.
Well,
In
Lawrence,
fact, the cake is the shape of a drone.
You know Sky Elements, right, Lawrence?
Oh yeah, of
Well,
course.
Sky Elements is back in action again because Sky Elements marked America's 250th birthday.
But before you do that, can you also mention that at one time Sky Element was the
No,
drone company that had a malfunction,
no,
and that was the
no,
drone that
we
hit the
don't
little
have
boy in
to.
the chest, and he needed
No,
surgery.
we don't have to.
Okay.
We're talking about them marking America's 250th birthday. They put over 700 drones over the skies in Irving, Texas, believe it or not.
All right.
Yeah, they did. Well, Sky Elements, so they did a whole big show. Actually, it was 3 shows. They did 3 nights, I guess, in a row. And this big event, there was a 2-day thing at this at the lake, where they actually kicked off the show on the event on Friday.
Okay.
And we have some pictures of Sky
Hey,
Elements and
Marcus,
some of
how
their
are you?
setup and stuff like that. But Sky Elements, yeah, they did a big bang up show here, whereas that the actual ending of it was done with a traditional, not their show, but the end of the event was done with a traditional fireworks show. And I'd like to show you some of the photos and stuff from, if you haven't seen them in Drone XL, because Drone XL actually featured this story with some of these pictures. I didn't really want to get too much or go into talking about the bad part of Sky Elements and what happened with them, but I'm glad to see that they're back. This is not the first show that they've done since they've been back, but I'm glad to see that they're back from that mishap that happened with them.
Yes.
That's not something that, you really want to harp on, the fact that someone got seriously injured and stuff like that. So just leave that in the past if we can. But yeah, some of the photos from the that was featured in Drone XL from the actual fireworks show. Oh, not fireworks show, but the actual drone light show. I'm sorry. These drone light shows. Steven Sutton, he does drone light shows as well, and there's a lot of prep that goes into doing these light shows. They actually start out as an idea, and someone has to put this together on paper and then actually put it into like computer form before it can actually be a thing. Not even to mention the work that the drones are doing itself, and to form some of these things, all of these drones get together and they actually communicate with one another to not get in each other's way. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the technology is incredible, and we're not talking about these drones having lidar so they can see each other, but they do see each other by
I
different
think they
means.
communicate.
They all broadcast. They all
Right.
broadcast, right?
Right.
And once you all broadcast, you can see where everything is. A lot easier than lidar. Well, because think about it, the lidar would have to be full 360. By broadcasting, you're already broadcasting in a circle, pulsing out. Correct? If
Yeah,
that's the
like I
physics-
said, the system that they're running on from the computer is what keeps that in check.
Yeah, yeah.
What is this now?
No, mate, no. It's Ty was saying that the major reason he checks in on Wednesday, he likes to come to the stream.
Uh huh.
He's. I had no idea he had so many drones. He has a Neo 2, a Matrice 4E, a
Okay.
Mavic 4 Pro. And he was saying he had got them all from U.S. Drone Supply.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought he was just an average drone pilot. I didn't know he had the Pringles pack. You can't just have one.
Oh no, that happens to many drone owners. They can't just.
It does. It does. It does.
No, I'm just glad to see that they're back. They do it. They did 3 shows in 3 nights. Sky Element, and the big show that they did for that 2-day event there in Irving was a big show that they did, and like I said, they started up the show, and the show was closed with a traditional fireworks event.
Right. Okay.
So, what do you think of the drone light shows, Lawrence?
I like them. I experienced one during last year during the hip hop anniversary.
Right.
I was up in the Bronx,
They were doing
and
them in all of the boroughs, right?
yes, they do them. They do them in Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens. Yes, all the boroughs, even Staten Island. They had a small one. Yes, yes, that was during. And I just happened to be in the Bronx. We were in the Bronx flying, and someone was like, "Yo, this is gonna have a drone show." And you know where the drone show was, Herman? Highland Park.
Okay.
They were in Highland Park by the pool area, actually in the pool. And we were further uptown, Ron and I, flying, and someone was like, there's going to be a drone show. And we were like, what? Are you serious? Then we landed, and like maybe as soon as it got dark, they took off and did a little show. It was interesting. I think they're going far now that they're adding pyrotechnics to them as well.
Oh, well, yeah, I know with Sky Elements, that was like separate. That was like they started the show on Friday, and then the Saturday was the fireworks show. What I wanted to get into, I wanted to ask you, Greg from Pilot Institute.
Hold on,
Right?
Marcus asked a question. Do the drone light shows get waivers to not have a 3N light on? Well, because the entire drone is a light, that makes it a lot easier. But there are certain waivers and permits that they have to get to be able to fly in a certain area and things like that, Marcus.
You mean the beacon light?
Yeah, that's what he means.
Don't you think
right.
that would interfere with the actual?
It would actually interfere with the color of the drone, right?
Yeah. They wouldn't be able to make the formation that they were making if they
Because
had the
their
beacon.
drones actually produce colors almost beyond our spectrum, but I think it's a couple of million different variations that they can use. I hope that answers your question. But
And
yes,
there are permits and stuff that are necessary for doing these shows.
yes,
And
yes.
the drones actually have a safe zone. So if these drones actually pass a certain point, they kill the drone to either return to home or they'll.
Well, after
So-
the incident that the boy got hit in the chest, the Sky Elements actually changed their policy so that if the drones breach this outer limit, all drone motors will cut now. So the
Which is
drone will
what-
just drop
What is
out
what
of the
they
sky.
should have done in the first place.
Yeah, true. Well, you don't notice shit until you step in it sometimes.
But yeah, the new rules that they were talking from the FAA and what is it, Section 2209? Well, Greg from Pilot Institute put together a whole video on that, and I thought it was interesting. It was highlighted in Drone XL. I think many of you guys should go and check that out because your time to leave your comments has been moved back from July 6th to August 5th. So guys can leave their comments. This is on the fixed sites things and how that's going to operate. And now we're talking like some of these rules. They're talking about what they call these things, Lawrence. UAFRs, unmanned flight,
Yes.
aircraft flight restrictions. And there's supposed to be two types, whereas a standard and a special. Well, the standard is like for property, like properties that start at the property boundaries and go up to 400 feet. So it's
Yes.
nothing outrageous. The special UAFRs are for like federal secured sites and military bases and stuff like that.
City agencies.
And
Yeah.
stuff like that. And those are good for 5 years. And now places like Fort Hamilton can apply and stop pretending. And
Right.
like they had it in the first place and were mitigating drones. And it's funny because this thing doesn't talk anything to about mitigating drones, which we know that the equipment is being used anyway. So that's why I always tell you guys to watch out in certain places because we know that Fort Hamilton at the base, they were using drone mitigation before they were actually, well, the military is allowed to use it, but before that, they had the the right for no one to fly over their base. So maybe now, like I said, they can apply for such things, so that way they can stop interfering with aircraft that fly near their base.
Right. I'm listening. I'm just trying
I
to
just
pay
think
attention
that
to the chat
guys,
as well.
guys need to actually go and check out that article, check out that video. It's very informative. It even tells you how you can leave your comment.
And it's funny
Now,
you say that because
there's-
I just happen to have the link right here where you can leave your comment.
Okay.
Right here.
Put that
And
in
it's
there.
in the description, the regulations.gov site.
Now, if you go to I'm quite sure that the Drone Advocacy Alliance has a way for you to leave your comments as well. There's a link also in the description for that. So if you guys are actually looking for that, you can find it in the description. We're all about flying safe, flying under the rules, and protecting yourself and protecting your hobby.
Marcus says, I'm actually okay with those kind of restrictions. It should
Oh,
be
yeah, so
illegal
am
to
I.
fly over a power plant and military bases, etc. And I have to agree with that. It should have been like that to begin with.
Yes and no, because
Well, think about it.
When
They
you-
stopped us from flying
Hold on.
over
Hold on.
hospitals.
hold
Yeah.
on, because hospitals have to apply for this too. And that's not necessarily true, because as Part 107s, they tell you that you have that access to be able to do this. Now, you're
True.
going to have to give them notification, prior notification, that you will be operating in the area. It's also now that they won't deny you as if you're operating under one of those FAA parts. So whether it be Part 107 or whatever it may be. So if you fall under one of those categories, all you do is give them prior notice to be able that you're going to be in the area operating. I don't think that they can deny you access, because everything is going to be monitored by the FAA and not by the actual place. They are supposed
Right.
to receive information notifying them that there are drones in the area.
Okay.
So,
All right, well,
like I said,
it does-
check out that video. It's very informative. Guys need to check it out, whether you fly commercially or recreationally,
Yes.
or if you do
Yes.
both. It is very important that you know this. And also,
This is true because there are just too many people that are well, I know most of these people aren't in the drone community like us. We're here as a drone community. But we got to help get the word out there. Marcus says, if I understand it correctly, it will not be easy to get your airspace restricted. In other
No, it
words, your
won't be.
neighbor can't apply for and get a restriction.
right, because there are certain categories and things that need to be addressed. Well, like if you are like what
Is it an
energy,
infrastructure?
chemical, water, nuclear, transportation, defense, and healthcare. Those are some of the categories that you have to fall under to get it.
Right.
So it's
Right.
not going to be. So it's not
your
going to be
neighbor
given
can't just put up
to.
a no-fly zone. Right
It's not
next to your
going to be
house,
given
no.
to Gladys, your neighbor down the street, that just doesn't
Cool.
like anything near her house.
Yeah. No. If you are a legitimate business and you're worried about whatever it is, I'm sure you could get one a lot easier than your average Joe.
And I don't think that if you have a slaughterhouse that you could just say, well, I don't want anybody peeking over and see what we're doing over here.
Exactly, Jim's droning. Jim says, yeah, they have to explain the risk. Right. You don't want a drone falling down the pipe of a nuclear exhaust vent. Things like that. You don't want a drone being zapped out by the electromagnetic field of a power plant. Things like that.
Really?
And this is actually good because I noticed, Herman, you know, we do cell tower inspections, and I noticed there's a lot of people that take photos of cell towers. Be very careful. When we do it, I mean, DJI drones are good, but they're almost too good in that extent, Herman. And that's why people do so much of what they do with them.
Okay.
Nefariously.
Well, yeah, that's why it became an issue. But
Exactly.
You know what I wanted to mention before we get out of here, Lawrence?
What's that?
Well, the FAA has broken ground, right, on $8.3 million for what they call VPAIR ranges. They're going to, I thought this article was kind of strange to me because you're talking about now examining and checking out, basically studying the takeoff and landing of eVTOLs at vertiports. And you want to now study how this takes place and the things that go on with how these things operate to create these, well, basically, they want to have safer vertiports.
Yes.
And with that being said, that's what it is that they're trying to do. And they're spending a lot of money on it when the drones that are going to land at these places are already operating. Most of them have been completed. They're just ready for the rest of their regulatory standards the certifications to be received. And then they'll start operating. You may see these things in the next year or so.
Yeah. This is
27
I mean,
may be the year that you see these things operating.
Right. We have heliports all over Manhattan, and already, as you know, Javi and Archer are bidding for spaces in these areas to park the eVTOLs. Yeah, to park these eVTOLs.
That's why they want these
vertiports, these V-cars.
Right next to, where they're going to be taking off from. So, and with the job opportunities that this is going to bring, special. Students right out of high school will be able to work on some of these things.
That would be great. Talk about an opportunity.
Aviation has the program, and they're involved in this with the eVTOLs and stuff like that. They're going to be flying commercially, transporting people from heliports or vertiports to airports. So they're going to have vertiports at the airport as well.
Yep.
And some of them, I think Oklahoma already has this going on.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how it starts to spread.
It's that time.
Is it? Wow. Already. So, Lawrence, anything you want to say to the wonderful people who are still here watching?
We appreciate you guys for continuing to come and support us every week. And just be safe, fly safer. And if you're in a place where you think they may be playing soccer, just pull out Sky Vector. It'll tell you. It'll tell you in real time whether there's one in your area or not. Just stay away from the red circle.
Okay.
In Poltergeist, they say, walk into the light. Stay away from the red circle.
Anyway, guys, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. We appreciate you all. And I always tell you guys, take care of yourself, be safe, and take care of your hobby. Protect yourself and protect your hobby. And with that, and I'll see you next time with those guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.